Check me though. I bought it.
Oh,
So sick,
hey.
dude. Guess how much this fucking cost?
$15.
$90.
Oh, 90?
Yeah.
Go damn. From what store?
Uh,
Goodwill?
no, it was like a Hollister or some Abercrombie or something. It was crazy. Emma just got one online though, a Steelers one.
Oh, so it's not even
There's like an
vintage.
NFL.
It's
There's like a no. It's like NFL's putting it out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It looks
Interesting.
vintage,
I thought
but it's cool as
I
fuck.
thought you thrifted
That's
it.
no. I mean, that's what it looks like, right?
Yeah,
That's why.
especially
That's why I like how it like that.
the
That design is cool.
1996 or whatever year it was.
Yeah, I don't fucking know, but it's banger. It's a fucking sick sweatshirt, so I'm in for it.
Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 2 of the Pigskin Pals podcast, where we're talking fantasy football. And in this episode, we're going to get into our Dynasty League and go over the matchups that we have this week for week 1 of 2023. A bit of our Dynasty history also, if AJ wants to kick us off with that.
Yeah. So 12 team, half PPR, start 9, no tight end premium. So pretty basic league, but we've been in it for super flex. Thank you. Yeah. We've been in it for this is our 3rd year. First year, Riley took home the champ, and I was the Mickey Mouse winner last year against Riley. Probably would have been the 2-time champ, but we take those.
What do you mean by that?
With the DeMar Hamlin situation, instead of he still had Joe Burrow and Josh Allen to go, I was up a good amount of points, I will say, but it was likely that I may.
And Hayden Hurst.
Sure, he's irrelevant, but yeah. It was possible that I ended up losing, but we came to an agreement that instead of me getting the winnings, we would donate it to DeMar Hamlin's charity at that point. So we did that, and I am the winner. So GG, I'm the best. But so yeah, we're heading into year 3.
Good karma.
Yeah, exactly.
This year.
Exactly. So we're heading into year 3. I think no real big favorite coming into it. There is one real big loser. I would maybe say not loser, but he's probably going to come in last place. We can take a look at his team when it comes to that, but he's rebuilding, let's say, with no draft pick of his own. So I guess that's the quick rundown. We can probably get into the matchups as it starts.
Yeah, this episode, we're probably going to go into the bench also to just give everyone a big overview of what the teams look like. Also, the picks that they have. Then we can just get a good ranking. Maybe we can throw up a graphic of like a third-party source of how they rank the
I can
teams
pull up
also.
Dynasty Daddy. Show that as well. But yeah, we can start with, I guess, the marquee matchup of the week, I'd say. Dynasty Week 1 is myself versus Dane. AJ Baby versus Hard Boiled Bread. We are recording this after the Thursday game. So Jared Goff has already played, and I believe that was the only player. You know, I would like to mention we had a little side bet. We had something going into it where I would play Puka Nacua if he played Rashee Rice, and Dane backed out. But it turns out he shouldn't have been scared because
Double R's a stud.
He dropped 10 big ones, a TD in his first game. So I think it will end up come to bite him in the butt because I don't think Puka will score 10 points this week.
Especially with Christian Watson out, I needed someone in there.
So I guess we'll go over it. Goff versus Jones, Pollard, Etienne, Harris versus Gibson. Lamb and Smith versus Godwin and Williams. Hawkinson versus Waller. Maybe Waller. Who knows? Maybe he won't play. Are you going to play Kincaid if Waller doesn't play, or who are you going to play?
I really haven't. I think I would have to because it's the Sunday night game that Waller's in.
And that's
then
true.
Kincaid plays Monday. Otherwise, I think I would play
Njoku.
Njoku, but he plays too early, and I don't think I'm going to throw him in because I would still rather play Waller over Cade or Njoku.
Yeah, that makes sense. I got Jones and Williams versus Ayuk and Dillon. And our super flex, Cousins versus Rodgers. This is going to be a tough one to analyze, I think, for us, bias wise. I think I win. I think my team is just better. I got more studs, but studs can also dud, so it's very, very likely that I could lose as well. But I'll take myself in this one.
I'm gonna go with myself. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Because
who'd have thought?
You know why? Because
the Darren Waller, Daniel Jones stack.
No, I like my matchups. I think my players have a lot bigger games. I think the Giants Dallas game is going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I got two players in that, brother.
Okay. Let me finish. But then I also think the other big one is just going to be the Buffalo Jets game. I think Rodgers could go crazy just show the league what he's made of this year.
Sure.
I think that could be crazy. And for some reason, I really like Dylan this year.
That's going to be a good little face-off. Jones versus Dylan we got.
Side bite?
I'm down for a side bite. I mean, I think it's in my favor, so obviously I'm down.
Yeah, I can't week one.
Yeah,
but
no choice.
Yeah, and then the last one is just Gibson against Arizona. I think that can just be a pancake walk for them. And
do you
think
beat
Brian Robson's going to eat?
Pollard, not Pollard, ETN has a worse day than Gibson, though. ETN plays in Indianapolis. I feel like that's also a cakewalk for them. He's going to have a lot of rushing upside there, just game script wise.
Yeah, you are talking facts. Right.
And I think
you
just looking at my receivers,
but also I got
stars.
Mike Williams in that crazy game. I think Mike Dubb, this could be his week that he drops 40s.
But you know who I think might do it instead? Quentin Johnson. So yeah, I guess we'll agree to disagree.
Week one?
It makes sense. It's our own teams. We're gonna
we're always gonna pick ourselves.
We'll see how it goes.
But we have to go into the bench too.
Oh yeah, sure.
On my bench, I got Jordan Love, Rashad Penny, Elijah Mitchell, Jalen Warren, Rashee Rice, Darius Slayton, Jerry Jeudy, Rashad Bateman, JSN, Dalton Kincaid, David Njoku. That is
and an empty bench slot actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna be picking up Salvin Ahmed probably. Yeah. The bench is
good.
My love spot for my Dynasty League.
Yep.
I like that a lot.
Easily
I'm
the
a player that likes to play matchups. So hopefully that's going to be winning me some weeks with that. I know I should be trading some players
should be tearing up. Yeah.
Yeah, but just no one is accepting those trades.
Well,
I'm not really trying
from what
either.
trades that you've sent to me, I can see why they wouldn't be accepting them.
Yeah. I'm also in love with a lot of my players, and this Dynasty League is more for fun and just rooting for players that I want to root for every year. So that's why I'm treating it.
I guess we'll go into my bench. I got Rico Dowdle.
Garbage.
Just wait a second. Zach Evans.
Garbage.
Tank Bigsby. Jacoby Myers. Isaiah Hodgins. Darnell Mooney. Josh Palmer. Trey Palmer. Puka Nacua, my darling. Pat Freiermuth, Jake Ferguson, and Chigakonkwo. I will say I have the best tight end room in the league, and it's not close.
No.
Who?
Me.
No,
Darren
not even
Waller.
close. No, TJ Hawkinson.
With youth implied, I got
youth
Darren
implied.
Waller, Kincaid, and Njoku.
Okay, guess what? Okay, Ferguson, second year. Okonkwo, second year. Pat Freiermuth, third year. Hawkinson, still 25. All better than all of your fucking tight ends.
Schumacher's going to replace Ferguson.
No, he's not.
Freiermuth is the blandest player in the NFL.
Oh, dude, Freiermuth is literally next-gen Travis Kelce. You're so wrong.
No.
That's Kincaid.
That's Kincaid.
No, Kincaid's... Are you insane? Kincaid is like a slot receiver. Pat Freiermuth is a small tight end, but a bigger, not receiver type player who runs real routes like Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is more comparable to Pat Freiermuth than Dalton Kincaid is to Travis Kelce, and that's not even close. Anyway,
I want to figure out a side bite there.
I can do that in a second, but I just want to point out.
It's not going to be Freiermuth, Kincaid straight up, but I would do Kincaid and Okonkwo.
We can't do two Okonkwo ones. We'll get back to that one.
Right. That's right.
I would like to point out Goff and Cousins are not my only two quarterbacks. I have Kyler Murray on the IR. And
I also have Christian Watson on IR.
Oh yeah, that's what this is for, right? The empty spot. Probably. I would also like to mention that I just realized this. On my taxi, I have Jaleel McLaughlin, who is a backup running back for the Broncos. I have a handcuff for Javonte, a handcuff for ETN, and a handcuff for Pollard all on my roster.
That's nutty.
Not intended, but I think I'm going by a philosophy that I heard from a guy. His name is Scott Connor. I don't know if anyone watches him. Any RB on a 53, because they have more value than any wide receiver that you can have. So if you can roster a running back that is on a roster, get him on your team, because at some point you might be able to flip him for a third. Keep that in mind, friends.
Wait, isn't that any running back that's going to be rostered on a Dynasty team?
No, you want to take a look quick? Chase Edmonds on a roster. Ahmed will be on your team on a roster. Evans on a roster. Travion on a roster. All these guys are on a roster. So are all of them reasonable? No. But these top four probably are all reasonable guys you could add that have a chance to play, right?
Yeah.
They should be on a roster. I don't have the space.
So you're saying RB2 or
any
53 man?
Any running back on a 53-man team should be on your over like a guy like. All right, let's take a look.
Oh,
like
over like a wide receiver 3? Are you?
Yeah,
saying?
over like technically probably Josh Palmer and like Trey Palmer should be off my roster, but like I have enough RBs that I shouldn't get rid of them. If that's okay, like guys like that.
That makes sense. I thought you were saying like an RB on a 53-man roster is more valuable than an RB that's not on a 53. No. Like obviously that makes sense.
No, it's like any like wide receiver 3 or 4 type that's probably not going to get any value for you. Just grab the running back instead, because the injuries just happen and it's just more value. In the long run. Okay. But moving on to matchup 2, Ben versus Ryan. Take it away.
So we got Team Jail because Ben has drafted or has had on his team Henry Ruggs, Calvin Ridley, and
there's one more I can't remember. There is one more I can't remember. He had a lot of guys on jail.
Yeah, he doesn't draft the best players.
Or they got suspended.
Yeah. So it's Trevor Lawrence versus Kenny Pickett. Actually, let me do Trevor Lawrence and Derek Carr versus Kenny Pickett and Deshaun Watson. Dalvin Cook and J.K. Dobbins versus James Cook and Miles Sanders. J.J. and Calvin Ridley versus Deontay Johnson and T. Higgins. Wow, he's starting Dalton Schultz versus Kyle Pitts. George Pickens and Van Jefferson versus Jordan Addison and Michael Pittman. And then, that is their starting rosters for now.
In terms of starting lineup, I mean, I think it's like Ben's got JJ, he's got Lawrence, and he's got Dobbins, who I really like. But his stars, his flexes and his tight end, I don't really like too much. And Dalvin Cook, I even don't like that much. With that being said, I think Ryan's more solid all around, but has no star.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think Ryan will win this week.
I'm going to go Ben. Okay. I think Ben has that star power that you mentioned. And Absolutely. Then also, I think it's going to be a rough week 1 for Jordan Addison. I'm really high. I think you just dropped KJ Osborne, but I think KJ Osborne's going to have some super playable weeks like the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, and that's true. I don't think he has any playable weeks for me. And I needed space. I said, This is the one guy I gotta Got to dip. I think that's. I mean, I've been trying to trade him for the past month. No one bites, so I said I just gotta let him go.
Yeah, and I almost thought about picking him up, but I'm like, just what you just said. You should roster an RB2 over.
If like what Jeff Wilson's on IR, and then it's Mostert, A-Chain, and Ahmed. If one, I could see A-Chain's already kind of hurt as well. Ahmed puts up 1 or 2 solid weeks. You can get a third.
RB2.
What? You get a third?
Yeah.
You get a. I will take a third from a waiver guy any day of the week. So.
But I'm gonna have to drop him as soon as Christian Watson's back.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. If he goes off this week, you might be able to get a third from someone like Parker or someone who's just looking for a guy to play.
True.
So that's it's like.
Yeah. Do we want to go over our picks also? Or do we want to do that at the end?
We'll do that. Yeah. Let's just go through roster. So I'm looking at the bench here. Ben has Darnold, Zach Moss, Gainwell, Kyron Williams, Kendre Miller, DJ Chark, Peoples-Jones, Marvin Mims, Demario Douglas, Zay Flowers, Tyler Conklin, and Dawson Knox. So pretty thin bench, I would say.
IR at all.
Yeah, I don't either. A pretty thin bench.
I will say I did like his rookie draft a lot because he got Kendre Miller, Mims, Zay Flowers.
Yeah,
that's a pretty strong 3 right there.
I would agree.
And I don't think he had any first rounders.
He did. He did have a first rounder. He had 110, 111. I think 110, 109, 110.
Oh yeah, you took
that's where he gets
in the first round, obviously.
But then otherwise, I think Mims was late second because I tried trading for it. Mm-hmm. And then
Kendre was also top.
Kendre was yeah. It was 202. Is what it was, I think. 202, 203. So,
yeah, I like that. I think he has some good
youngins.
Good youngings. I like Gainwell and maybe I guess just Gainwell. Maybe we can see what Chark does when
I've heard rumblings of Kyron again, but I had rumblings of him last year, but we'll see.
Pretty thin otherwise.
Yep. We'll go to Ryan here. He's got Brissett, Lance, Roshan Johnson, Sean Tucker, Mingo, Curtis Samuel, Rondell Moore, John Mechie, Jamison Williams, Tyler Higbee, Evan Ingram, and Cole Kmet.
So yeah, we didn't even really have to go over that bench because there's no one on there.
Really? You don't think there's anyone on there? That's crazy.
I mean, I think there's Evan Ingram.
There's 2 guys on there. I think
there's Evan Ingram.
I think
Mingo.
Yep. I also think Roshan. I like Roshan. So.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait to see until I see Roshan. I know he's like super hyped up because he's the RB2 behind Bijan Robinson, and he's crazy efficient and everything, and he didn't get to see the field, but also maybe just their offense was amazing and he was super efficient because of that, and he got overdrafted. So
it's possible.
It's
very possible. All right. Guess we go on to Luke and Ethan, if you want to run this one.
Yeah. So we got Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield versus Dak Prescott and rookie
Bryce
Young. That's crazy. We don't need to go into these nicknames.
No.
But we should get rid of some of these. So yeah, Ethan's got Dak Prescott and Bryce Young. And then Luke has Austin Eckler, Dameon Pierce. That's crazy that he has Pierce. I feel like Pierce has been just passed around in this league.
Yeah, he has.
He's been traded like
dude, Ben got a first for him. I was going to lose my mind.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, why can't I see trades on the browser?
I don't know. Because
Stupid.
Continue.
Okay. But Eckler and Pierce against Jamal Williams and Jahmyr Gibbs, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Jamar Chase and Amari Cooper, George Kittle and Mark Andrews versus George Kittle versus Mark Andrews, Cortland Sutton versus Marquise Brown, Brandon Cooks, Gabriel Davis,
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield and the Bryce Young matchup's going to be interesting.
That's an electric matchup if I've ever seen one. This is an interesting matchup. I think
I know
Luke
what team
wins.
I'm siding with.
I think Luke wins.
I'm siding with Luke, and it's also very surprising to me that I've heard rumors that
he wants to rebuild.
Luke is in rebuild mode.
He's been trying to send me Eckler and Devontae in certain trades.
It's interesting because I feel like this is win now. He has Hurts, Eckler, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf.
He has the 101 next year. You know that?
Oh, he has Parker's pick?
Yep.
So why is he worried about quarterback?
He's a dingus.
And I feel like you can trade
his flex,
one
to be
of
fair,
these,
is not very good.
Like you could trade Devontae Adams for quarterback right now. Before Devontae falls off.
We'll get to it. So we're both going Luke, right?
Yeah.
We'll take a look at his bench. It is probably one of the worst benches I've ever seen. Ryan Tannehill, Chris Rodriguez, Pierre Strong, Tyson Chandler, Evan Hall, Jaden Reed, Devontae Parker, Paris Campbell, Quentin Johnson, Irv Smith, Greg Dulcich. There's one player I like on this list, basically. Two. Quentin and Jaden Reed. Everyone else I don't really give.
I like Dulcich.
It doesn't seem like Sean Payton likes Dulcich.
I don't mind Tannehill also this year with D-Hop, Burks, and Chig. And I think they're just going to bounce back.
Yeah, but I think and I think he can win this year. I just think he's thinking he wants a bench. So he's trying to accumulate young guys and or picks from studs like Devontae or Eckler that are going to age out in a year or two. You know what I mean? He's trying. I think he's trying to. What he told me is he's like trying to do a 1-year rebuild where it's like he doesn't like full go crazy, but he just gets a pick and a decent guy. He just kind of.
Or like me and him, I'd give him like Judy and fucking someone else that's on my bench, and then I get Devontae.
I would bet you that might work.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Well, there you go. We'll go onto the bench for Ethan.
Yeah.
Jimmy G, Melvin Gordon, crazy. Alvin Kamara.
He's cut, right?
CEH.
Gordon's not on the team.
I believe so. Oh, he might still be on Baltimore. Isaiah Spiller, Tyjae Spears, Marvin Jones, Alan Lazard, LaVisca Chenault, Terrace Marshall, Wandale Robinson, and Hunter Henry. Not the worst bench in the world. It's not the worst bench in the world. It's not great.
I mean, it might be worse than Luke's.
I like Tajay.
Just wait till Kamara's in his starting lineup.
I actually think I only like Tajay. Yeah, maybe it is pretty bad.
I like Wandale too. We don't really know exactly.
No one knows anything about the Giants guys.
Isaiah Spiller, I feel like you can just drop.
Here's the thing, though. He might be him or Josh Kelly might be a little Tony Pollard or Eckler 2.0 here.
That's Elijah Dotson.
Oh, I could see Elijah Dotson as well. Any of those guys, because Eckler's done after this year, at least here.
Mm-hmm.
So either they draft someone, but the RB class next year is not that deep in terms of like raw talent. So I guess we'll move on. Oh, here we go. Probably would have been the 2-time champ, but isn't because I'm the GOAT. Riley and Peter, who I believe is the favorite this year. Well, one of them. There's 2 guys I think are the favorites, but this is one of them. It's Allen and Mahomes, or Allen versus Mahomes. Montgomery and Stevenson versus Pacheco and Bijan. Hopkins and Keenan versus A.J. Brown and Jalen Waddle. Luke Musgrave versus Mike Gesicki. That's a fucking noodle fight. And Tyler Lockett, Jahan Dotson versus Herbert and Garrett Wilson. And then Joe Burrow versus Tua. So this is, I would say, probably one of the better matchups of the first week. Personally. The quarterbacks themselves just make it a good matchup. I think right now, I mean, as this says, I got to give the side to Riley right now. Mahomes didn't have a big week. Pacheco kind of stunk. Montgomery had a tutty. Right now, I'm leaning Riley at this point. just based off the Thursday game.
I'm also leaning Riley. I think Hopkins is underprojected. I don't know why he's under 10 points.
I agree.
And then this thing could just come down to their tight ends. Musgrave versus Gesicki.
Which is a crazy thought because, here's my thing. I think they're on two sides of the spectrum, right? Riley has Hopkins and Allen, two aging out guys that are still pretty solid. But then Peter's got the young guys that are young studs that are gonna put up points. I think these guys will score pretty similar, but it's just the value is different because of the age. But yeah, I mean, I think it might come down to the tight end. Weirdly enough, you might be right.
You know what's crazy to me about Riley's team is I've just been feeding him these wins.
Yeah, you gave him.
I gave him Hopkins, Allen, and Lockett.
And Lockett, yeah.
And I got Chris Godwin in the first round back. Two different trades, but
yeah,
I wanted longevity on my team, and I think
he'll be dead soon here, Riley.
It'll be another year or two until all those receivers are out of the league.
Here's the thing. Riley was also talking about rebuilding, but then I said, Riley, you have Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. You literally cannot rebuild. It's impossible. In a small lineup league with two of the top 4 quarterbacks, it's impossible to be bad. Like, if you have reasonable players, it's impossible to be bad, and you can't rebuild because you can't get good picks for Hopkins, for Allen, for Lockett. You know what I mean? He just has to ride them into the ground, and then once they're in the ground, then you restart.
He just has to draft insanely good, which I think he's been getting some
Let's take a look.
But not like crazy.
You got Davis Mills, Leonard Fournette, Dearness
Johnson.
Johnson.
What is that picture frame that Leonard Fournette is?
Yeah, I don't know. But he has Mike Evans on his bench, Tyler Boyd, Cooper Kupp on his bench because he's hurt, obviously. But McCole Hardman, Greg Dortch, Khalil Shakir, last year's rookie, Alec Pierce, last year rookie, Jalen Hyatt. So he's got some. These three have. I think Shakir's probably out of the picture, but these two maybe have a chance.
I don't know. I think you might. If you're Riley, you might need to trade one of these wide receivers for a first round pick. You can get a first for Kupp or Hopkins or anymore. Mike Evans.
He needed to trade Cooper Kupp 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but what about a package deal? You could do. I would trade a first for Keenan Allen and I don't know, Lockett maybe or something like that.
Yeah, but Riley's stingy. A lot of our guys are stingy in here. They don't trade unless they think they're winning. So
yeah.
As for Peter's bench, we got A. Rich. I love the Anthony Richardson draft pick from Peter, having both Mahomes and Tua. It's a good upside pick. I love that.
Number 2 overall.
We got Foreman, DeAndre Swift, Jerome Ford, who, god damn it, I swear by it, Jerome Ford is going to be a relevant player this year. I swear by it. Zach Charbonnet, also a beast. I think he's better than Kenneth Walker, so we'll see how that goes. Michael Gallup, I think he's in for a bounce back year, but he'll never be really relevant again, I don't think. Terry McLaurin, Nico Collins, Kadarius Toney, Kate Otten, Isaiah Likely, Michael Mayer. This guy's pretty deep, and he's got a strong starting lineup.
Yeah, with a beast like Kadarius Toney on your bench.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, for sure. The only issue with the team is his tight end position, is what I'd say. But
yeah, it seems like you and me should be trading some of our tight ends to one of these teams.
Here's the thing, though. What are we going to get back, right?
I don't know. I have
Hawk, right? I have Hawk. The only guys he'd want would be Hawk or Pat, right? I don't want Terry McLaurin in return. I don't want Khalil Herbert. He's not giving up Brown, Waddle, or Wilson, and he's not giving up Bijan. I don't want Pacheco. It's like the tier cliff, although he's deep, it falls off enough where the trade value is not that high.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I guess Riley's, I don't know. I've had good luck with trading with Riley. Like, it's been pretty seamless. Mm-hmm. But during the draft, I was trying to give him Njoku for a second round pick, and he's like, no. I'm like,
I tried giving him Chig or Jake Ferguson for a third, and he said no.
I mean,
that's a steal. A third
I think,
for Chig or Jake Ferguson?
Yeah. I would have taken the Chig one in a heartbeat.
I just literally wanted roster spot.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have Hawk and Pat Freiermuth. I don't need another tight end than those two.
Yeah.
So it's like, but like he said, I'm going. He has faith in Musgrave. So the thing with Peter though is he has Michael Mayer. He has Michael Mayer and he has Kate Otten and Isaiah Likely, who are guys I think, sadly enough, in a couple years could be very relevant. But yeah, like I said before, I'm going Riley this week. I just think this. I think Peter's team is better overall, but this week it just didn't. Mahomes didn't have a week, and that just killed him. Oh God, my favorite team in the league is finally up.
Oh my Lord!
As it's stated, bye week is his name. His team is not very good. Rebuild mode, and that's all right. I want you to let this one rock here.
All right, I'm just going to rip through Parker's team first.
Mm-hmm.
Parker's team is short stuff, number 8. He's got CJ Stroud, who he's deemed as TB12 Jr. We'll see how that turns out.
We'll see how that works.
Fucking Deion Jackson, Brian Robinson. Christian Kirk is his sole star piece of this team, and it's not even a star. It's just like
it's a guy.
Glimmer.
It's a guy.
Elijah Moore. Trey McBride.
It's so fucking bad.
Juju Smith-Schuster, Raheem Mostert, and Mac Jones. Like you can see
his starting lineup, bro.
You can scroll down and see if he. Oh, maybe he didn't really set his lineup. Well,
hey,
okay, yeah.
He's got
actually,
Sean
he does
Clifford,
have Breece
bro.
Hall.
He's got Sean Clifford, bro.
Dude, holy fucking hell! Look at Matt Collins' picture. Yo.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
that's crazy talk.
I might need to trade.
Yeah, you might need to get some Matt Collins in your life.
But yeah, he should be throwing Breece Hall in this lineup.
He should be throwing Zeke in this lineup, I think, as well. Personally, well, maybe not.
He's got some running
backs. He's got some running backs on him. His wide receivers are just abysmal.
That's what you need in Dynasty.
Yeah, like these running backs could probably get by in a contender team if you had real wide receivers. Like if you had a Garrett Wilson, fucking Justin Jefferson plus one good receiver, these running backs would probably get by and he'd be fine. But good God, his wide receivers suck.
Yeah, but at least he has like his first round pick, and he'll probably have the number 1 overall pick this year, right?
Oh wait, he doesn't. Luke has it, who also has a pretty good team already. Luke is going to be a force to be reckoned with, I think, soon. Caleb Williams.
But at least he'll have his pick next year, right?
Oh, actually, I don't know. Does he?
No, I have it.
Oh, you have his pick, don't you?
Yeah, I have his first overall pick.
He has your pick, yeah.
He has my first. I gave him my first round pick.
He's not getting rid of that either.
Draft.
Yep.
So I gave him Trey McBride in my first round pick this year for Waller, and his first round pick next year. And I was supremely happy with that trade.
Yeah, so after shit talking Parker's team so much, we should probably at least look at Austin's team.
I don't know.
We know I'm taking Austin as well. Yeah, we know the matchup pick. It's Austin.
Honestly, just seeing Herbert and Jacobs,
it's just over.
Okay,
and Henry,
and then Henry, and Devo, and then
Drake is okay.
London,
Juwan,
Joe Mixon, Sky Moore, Desmond Ritter.
So yeah,
Austin and landslide.
But I will say, good God, do his first 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, 5-ish parts of his lineup look really good. His bench is just ridiculous in not a good way. Gardner Minshew, Matt Corral, Cordero out of the league next year. Joshua Kelly, hey, maybe the next coming. Tyler Rozier, meh. Keontae Ingram, maybe. Robert Woods, okay. Like they're just guys. They're just guys that are here. Yeah. It's not ever a playable person.
Dobbs is my favorite bench player.
Yep. And you're welcome, Austin. I gave him to you. But I got Kirk Cousins, so get wrecked.
Such a fair trade.
It's just like his team is so top heavy. Like he has a good starting lineup, I'd say, minus Sky Moore. But it's just if anything would ever happen to any of his players, he's done. Absolutely cooked. But I do think if he stays healthy, he could be a dark horse team to take it. I will say that.
I don't.
Really?
I think with how thin you are, you need at least one or two bench players.
That's what I'm saying. If he stays fully healthy, though, if he stays healthy.
But no one ever does.
No one ever does. You're not wrong. So we'll take Austin that one. And then we'll go into the last matchup of this first week. We got Big Cock Brock, who I believe to be the absolute favorite for this year. His team is
like it.
Unbelievable.
I like it a lot. I've been staring at it ever since you mentioned that to me. I'm a big fan of Sam's team.
His team is unreal. He had a 1-year rebuild. First year he stunk, and he played the 1-year rebuild like a master.
Yeah, I have no idea. I should have been sending trade offers for Justin Fields after that first year.
Yeah, but who would have known? So, but to be fair, I think Jake's team is also pretty good as in terms of winning now. But anyway, we'll go Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson, Jesus Christ, versus Wilson and Geno Smith. And we got Chubb and Akers versus McCaffrey and Barkley. Stephon Diggs and Tyreek Hill versus Amon-Ra and DJ Moore. Goddard versus Gerald Everett. And Chris Olave and James Conner versus Kenneth Walker and Alexander Madison. I'm sorry, this team is absolutely stacked. It's absolutely stacked. So maybe I'm wrong, but I think his bench isn't that bad either. But right now, right here, I think Jake's team isn't even bad. He's got a good team. McCaffrey, Barkley, Amon-Ra, DJ Moore. I mean, and then Geno and Russ are good like back end QB1s. It's a winnable team.
If Jake was more active,
he could be really good.
Be number one.
Absolutely.
He just holds on to these fucking players way too long. Like he had Will Fuller on his team.
Yep.
Until the beginning of the year, he still has Jarvis Landry on his team.
Yeah.
I don't know why at all. He still has Kareem Hunt unsigned.
Yeah, let's take a look at the benches. So, do you want to make a call first? What you think? I'm going Sam. I think Sam's team is just too good. But
yeah, I'm gonna go a little different. I think Jake will win this one.
I like it. I think if Saquon and CMC have a good day, he's gonna be a hard guy to beat because Amon-Ra is gonna put up 15 points a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with the safety of Jake's wide receivers, and then also.
Okay, but you can't say that. Safety of Jake's wide receivers. He has Amon-Ra and DJ Moore. Sam has Stephon Diggs and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Forget that I said that. But I don't know. I like some of the matchups more.
Sure.
That Jake
plays.
had.
That plays.
Because I think Sam's team, a lot of the players can be in blowouts this week, and a lot of Jake's players will still be in contention throughout the whole game.
Sure. So let's take a look at the benches. Sam's bench, he has Brock Purdy as QB3. Then he has Latavius Murray, Jerick McKinnon, Samaje Perine, Devin Singletary, and Michael Carter, Sterling Shepard, Josh Reynolds, Richie James, Chase Claypool. Treylon Burks is the guy I wanted to mention. That is a great wide receiver to have on your bench right now. And Rashid.
He's not selling him at all.
No, let me tell you, I've tried to buy almost every single player from Sam's team, and he says I am not budging. So, and then we'll go to Jake's bench. You got Josh Dobbs, AO QB1, Matt Stafford, Kareem Hunt, not on a team.
Also holding a picture frame.
Gus Edwards, Rashad White, Adam Thielen, Jarvis Landry, also not on a team.
Also holding a picture.
OBJ, probably out of the league next year. Michael Thomas, Zay Jones, Hunter Renfrow, and Sam Laporta. I don't know. I think Sam's team is just too good. And his bench is a little suspect, but it doesn't matter. I think when you have he has enough depth to deal with it. Though I will say, I think Jake's team has the ability to win. I do. If Russ is okay, like if Russ gets back to okay form and Geno stays what Geno was last year, having McCaffrey, Barkley, and Amon-Ra and if DJ Moore breaks out, he's very well on his way to at least making the semis. So,
and then also just how the NFL plays out. I'm like, I have no idea what to think of the NFL, because last year it was all just let's throw the ball, and then everyone started doing 3 men deep. We start playing the pass.
Yep.
Can't throw the ball deep anymore. I think we can see a churn for the RBs.
Maybe,
getting an uptake, and that's going to highly benefit Jake's team. It's also why I bought into my 3 RB start in redraft. So
yeah, that checks out. I just want to quick pull up our league, our Dynasty League and Dynasty Daddy, to see the power rankings for that, how they have that stacked. So, as expected, wow, actually kind of not. Overall ranks, I will say, take with a grain of salt. It takes into account draft rank and just depth overall, not necessarily how you're going to win. So I would, if you're going to look at if the person's going to win, I would take a look more at the tier, which is contender, frisky, that type of thing. But in terms of overall team composition, we have Peter in first, Ryan, Dane, Jake, myself, Ben, Sam, Luke, Riley, Ethan, Austin, and who would have thought, Parker.
Wait, what does that say at the bottom?
Trust the process. So the contenders, it says, is Sam, as expected, myself, I think as expected, Jake, makes sense, and Peter. I think that all plays. I also think Riley probably should be in there as well.
Yeah, but I'm surprised also Luke isn't a contender also.
I think the quarterback position really messes that up, having like Baker and Tannehill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he also has some, doesn't he?
He has Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
But you got to have 2 decent guys. Like
crazy.
Those, Tannehill and Baker could just be technically not very good.
Yep.
So it matters. But yeah, so I think based off of this, it's pretty accurate to what we think as well as of contenders. And I think we do have a lot of frisky, as they call it, teams that are right on the edge of, you know, if one guy on their team or 2 guys on their team are better than expected, they are right in the mix. I think we got an interesting year upon us. Sounds like we think we know what's going to happen, but obviously that will not be what happens.
Yeah, we have a lot of old teams too, and it's going to be interesting to see how, whatever the season says, how they decide what their team's going to look like next year too, if they
how
full rebuild and everything.
Yep, the quickness of the, you know, after 1 or 2 losses, someone decide let's just sell. Because I think I'm actually in that boat as well, though. If I get some injuries or if I start losing, I got a couple guys I could just flip, and I might just call it. I'm right in the middle, so I think it's not even a bad place to be in, is the middle sometimes. So I think we have all our matchups set. So next week we'll be able to see the records for me and Dane. We'll keep track there. We do have, Dane, if you want to talk about it, one more league that we have joined.
True.
If you're okay with switching over.
Honestly, what I've been most excited for, this, like if both my leagues are busts, I'm going to be all in on this league because this is going to be such a fun league.
Fun league
to fucking watch.
Yep.
We have this league set up, and it's a vampire league. I just saw it on Sleeper. They wanted us to join. It was a random league, and I randomly joined. Or who found it, actually?
You did. You sent it to me and Parker. Well, our whole group chat, but me and Parker joined.
Oh, right. So yeah, I sent it over to AJ. They joined, and then so this is a vampire league. So it's 11 teams draft, 12 teams total.
Yep.
One sec. I think our roommates got back.
Hell yeah. We're almost done.
I'll restart.
It's okay.
I was just more thinking of they are going to be in the background.
It'll be fine. No one's watching.
So This is actually okay. So this was a 11-person draft, even though it's a 12-team league.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 12th team is actually the vampire. They don't draft anybody, and then at the end of the draft, they have free reign on the waivers. They can pick up whoever they want, and so they build their team. And if they win against a team, they're going to be able to steal any starting player from the team they played. So week 1, I actually played the vampire.
I can take a look at
that. Our vampires, his team name is Sparkle Attack. So weekly, we're going to have a little vampire watch, see what they're doing. My team, I think I like my odds right now. I'm projected 240 points against 160.
That's pretty good.
But I got, and the scoring is absolutely
it's bonkers. There's no even way to explain it.
It's just
it's bonkers.
It's crazy. Just mad extra points for yardage.
Yeah. When we go over the
tight end premium,
the recap of Vampire Watch, you'll see the final scores, and you'll kind of understand that there's some crazy scoring going on.
Yeah. But so I have Lamar Jackson, Bijan Robinson, Aaron Jones, Jalen Waddle, DJ Moore, Kyle Pitts. Alexander Madison, Evan Ingram, Dicker the kicker. And then I got Sean Watson on my bench. A lot of deep bench players too.
You have Rashee Rice everywhere, it seems.
I do. I have him everywhere, actually.
Yeah. I'm glad that you got him first week and not myself. Because I want to take a quick look at my team. I had Travis Kelce, so a big hit. So would have been here, Travis Kelce. And then I also have Christian Watson.
Ooh.
That's another man who's out. So I'm looking like a L in the first week.
Yeah, you would have been a prime candidate.
I would have been a prime candidate for the vampire to suck me off in the first week. But I'll go off what I have in my starting lineup right now. I have Mahomes, Dobbins, Herbert, Olave, Debo, Marvin Mims, Pat Freiermuth, Deontay Johnson, Jason Myers, New Orleans defense, baby. I got Daniel Jones, Rashad Penny, Damian Harris, Jacoby Myers, Rondell Moore, and my boys, Christian Watson and Travis Kelce. So I realistically don't like my draft at all. I actually, coming out of it, I thought this kind of stinks. But we'll see what happens. There's a lot of point scoring for big plays, and I got a lot of big play guys on my team in Olave, Watson. Kelce makes big plays. I think Herbert's a big play guy, so we'll see what happens. But this will be a fun league to keep up with. It's a little bit different, so it keeps it interesting.
What's up, Steve? How'd the case race go? Are you guys going out or what?
The other guys went out. We went to Cap Center.
Did you come back?
All your boys were back.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I just didn't want to get anyone sick. I figured drink the best way to get help.
Feel better.
Yeah, thanks.
Is it this story?
Yeah, that's it. All right. Have a good night, Steve.
You too.
All right.
Probably a good time to, I think, go into our closing, what we're looking forward to. I think
closing remarks.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for this season. I think, obviously, the most excited thing I am for the season is going to be Green Bay Packers. Obviously, I'm a Green Bay boy, but I got to see how Jordan Love looks. Do we have another dynasty on our hands? God, I hope so.
Yeah, we'll see. It would be ridiculous.
It will be so fun to see the league react to Green Bay Packers having their insane quarterback.
Yeah.
But besides that, I think I'm super high on the Ravens, the Chargers, and I'll say the Seahawks. Those are
Yep.
my 3 teams that I think are going to be really good this year, and kind of not super talked about because I don't think, well, Ravens and Chargers are
Ravens
talked
maybe.
about, but those are my guys. They're not like talked up like Chiefs or the Bills or.
I guess for me, player-wise, what I'm looking forward to seeing is my boy. I've been a ride or die for him for the past couple years, Javonte Williams. See how he does. Coming off his ACL, I think he's going to be a stud. But we'll see. I'm excited to see how he gets used week 1. In terms of teams, I think the Jags, the Steelers, and I think the Saints are 3 teams I think are going to be better than people think. Well, the Jags I think people maybe got high hopes for. I think Trevor Lawrence is that guy. He's that dude. And he's got a real alpha now. And I think the Steelers, they're just like one of the most well-rounded teams if Kenny Pickett can be a reasonable quarterback. If he can be a reasonable quarterback, I think they're going to be I think if he's a good quarterback, they win that division.
I wanted to say Jags too. I think Steelers is super good also.
And I think, and just to go off the Saints, I think Derek Carr is just overhated for no reason. He's a solid quarterback, better than Jameis Winston and freaking Andy Dalton from last year, and that team wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So adding him, I think he's a good deep ball thrower with Olave. I think they'll be pretty good. So that's what I'm looking forward to, seeing those teams and seeing what Javonte, my man, can do.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was episode 2 of the Pigskin Pals podcast. Tune in twice a week for our redraft and dynasty updates. Eventually, these were pretty long episodes, but each week we're going to dive into more player breakdowns, team breakdowns, just matchup breakdowns in general. And yeah, well, I don't know. What else are we going to be fighting, AJ?
Yeah, we'll do matchups every week. We're going to keep a tally of our records of picking the matchups through each league. We got a side bite on it. I don't know if we ever explained what a side bite actually is.
No, I don't think we did.
We have this place near where Dane lives, our favorite sandwich shop, Casetta. I think we did mention it. That basically our bets are going to be for a sandwich. So we'll keep the records, the tally of the records, and add that up at the end of the year and see who wins and who owes who a sandwich. Yeah.
I thought we were going to do like, well, yeah, we have the
For
full
that
tally for that one.
For that
but then
one.
we're going to have like extra ones. So we're going to be mad sandwich.
A lot of bites.
I
I will say, I don't know if we mentioned it to end this off. We've had a side bet. It started off as during the draft. I actually believe it was the NFL draft.
Yeah.
That we have now turned into a side bite because of this circumstance. I believe heavily in Chigakonkwo, and Dane is a big David Njoku guy. So are we doing total points, or what are we doing for this? Total fantasy points?
I think it was, we have it in the chat, but I think it might have been points per game.
Whichever it was, we got a bet between those two. The first official side bite was that. So we're gonna have a bunch of these coming up as the season goes on, as we, talk through different games, players, and have differing opinions. A lot of sandwiches will be being bought for the other person. So
Stay tuned for our wagers, our predictions, our over weeks, and we'll see you guys in week 2 when we're going to be talking about all the week 2 matchups in a week. So
yes, sir.
Thanks for tuning in, and this is Pigskin Pals podcast.
Pigskins out.
2023. See ya.
Later.